Hello and welcome back to the Forgetmenaut Vlog. I did not forget about you. I just get busy and the vlog's not like a hard set thing. I want to do it weekly for sure, but unlike the podcast and the blog where like there's definitely a couple days where I would like it to be out, the vlog is like, do I feel like going on camera today? Sure. Also, the podcast where you never know exactly what my hair is going to be doing because it is untamable. Anyways, today I'm going to be talking about family. I have what would be called an average family in today's society, but like not average if you look at like the ideal nuclear family sort of thing. So as previously stated, my dad passed away when I was 10, and so I was raised by my mom and my stepdad and her and my sister's dad for a time. So I have 5 siblings that are all half. I don't have any full siblings. And I have like a ton of nieces and nephews because of this, because most of my siblings are actually twice my age, almost, or more. So it's interesting. I grew up with siblings like being basically adults, and that caused some issues for me because I wanted to hang out with my siblings and do stuff with my siblings, but like they have their own lives, and that's just the same as everything and everyone, but it's so much more. Like, they have their own children. Like, you can't really be like, yo, I'm gonna go hang out with my brother or whatever when you also have a daughter. So I don't have the experience of like going to see my cousins, because that's just like the age gap there is really messed up. So I end up and because like my family are spread out, wasn't fully interactive with my dad's family, and my mom's family lives in BC, so it was really just my immediate family that I had. And they, like, my half siblings were around, sometimes around, not really, whatever. So the idea of this is that family, the idea of family, is really what you make of it. And that came to me through like the fact that half siblings, no blood, whatever, like my friends are my family. I interact with them the most, and I don't think that just because someone's your family means that they're always going to be there for you, or that you need to be there for them. You need to be there for the people that you want to be there for and that you care about and you feel care about you in return. But like, you still, because of society and like social norms, you have this idea of family on sort of a pedestal. So the idea was, for when I was younger, I found out that I had a brother named Corey that I didn't know about, that lived in America with a different mom and everything. And he was the closest in age to me. I think he's only 5 or more years older. I was super excited. I was like, I want to meet this person. I want to find this person. Eventually, my sister, my half-sister, finds him. And I'm like, yeah, gonna talk to him. So I send him a message. And was not what I expected. I sent him a message, and he had just gotten out of prison or some sort of jail time for, I believe it was meth, and he was talking very broken, like gangster English, and it was a huge letdown. I was so excited to finally find some family that I could maybe connect to because of age gap isn't as big or whatever, and that didn't happen. That was not a thing, and that helped me really come to terms that uh, what you're looking for in family is what you make of it and what you choose for it to be, which is most of life. I guess most of these lessons are just like, yo, you gotta learn what your life is and make your decisions and your values, and just fun stories. Another interesting family story was I found out that I had a half cousin that was in my school for the whole time I was there. Didn't know that I was related to them because my last name is like Bennett, so there's a lot of other Bennetts, and just didn't think anything of it. And was talking to the guidance counselor. They're like, yeah, like, do you know this person? I'm like, I don't know. I looked into it. Turns out it's my uncle's kid, and never met them or like interacted with them at all through all of high school. And they were there basically the whole time I was there. Tried to finally meet them, couldn't schedule a time. So I've never met this cousin that my friends have met, and it's the weirdest experience that you have family that you just haven't met, and yet somehow, like, you're supposed to sometimes put family before others, but if they're not there for you, and you have no bond, there's nothing special about them. Kind of brings me to I read a post, I think it was 21 and up or something. I don't know the name of the blog, I can't remember, but it was talking about relationships and how really everyone is like the same. The only reason you get upset or think special about one is because you've had time, you've developed moments and memories and attachments to it or this person. So people are like marbles. You'd grab a marble from a jar, you'd go away for a week, and then come back, and I'm like, okay, now you give me that marble back, and I'm gonna give you a new marble, and you don't want to do that because this is your marble now. Like, this is the one you've named and like chosen, but it doesn't matter. They're all the same marble. You've just made attachments to it. So that's how I've like viewed a lot of families, that like they're just it's my grandma, but like I haven't interacted with them. I would like to. I think there is something there, that there is something that can be greater and more meaningful because they're related, and because there's that idea there. So you want it, and I'm willing to work for it, for those like upper level relations. But I think that really relations are what you make of them, and friends are just as equal and as important as family. You can have family that's no blood, like a step sibling, and they would be treated higher than a friend in social ranking, but they're not. They're really no difference than a friend that just lives with you, like a roommate. Like why is my roommate not my step sibling now? That's probably not the greatest point, but that's my idea, is that family's an interesting situation, and I hope you enjoyed these stories and stuff. Yeah. Thanks for listening.